my Canasta friends, welcome to Canasta Class Clinic. In this video, we'll be discussing basics, tips, and strategies as we play on REALCANSTA. Our topic in this video will be all about special hands and ones you may not have tried or maybe not even heard of. Please put in the comments any questions you have and I'll be sure to answer them. If you have any suggestions for our topic or what you would have done differently during play as we play on REALCANSTA. Let's learn and grow together as Canasta players. Before we get started, please make sure that you connect with me by hitting the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications so you get to know when I post new videos or I go live. It'd be great if you could help out this girl. We only have about 15% of you who actually have subscribed. We have lots of viewers, but only 15% have subscribed. So let YouTube know that you like Canasta Class channel by subscribing. Also hit the like button for any videos that you enjoy so that I know what content to bring you more of. Please share with fellow Canasta players so that they can learn and grow also with you. And please comment any suggestions you have or any questions or again anything you want to share about Canasta. Thank you always for your love and support and being here each week to watch my videos on Monday night at 6:30. Feel free to share with those in your Canasta group so they can grow. Our topic tonight is about special hands. Special hands that you might have missed or that you would like to incorporate in your next game. They achieve high points so that you can grow your score, but they also can be very challenging to get. I personally would check once my cards are dealt to me if I had the possibility of a special hand. You can keep a sheet in front of you like this. This is from REALCANSTA. I just printed it out and put it in a plastic sheet. Or you can make a note card and have it next to you during your games. Some of the basics I just wanted to mention about special hands. Cards for special hands are drawn from the stockpile, and you can only achieve a special hand if your team hasn't put down their initial meld. That means laying down their entire hand of 14 cards. You'll pick from the stockpile, which will be your final card for your special hand, and you will display it, and then game is over. Some players allow what's called a courtesy special, which would mean if your partner opens, you have one chance on your next turn to get your special hand by drawing from the stockpile. That should be agreed upon at the start of your Canasta games by all players if you choose to offer a courtesy special. You cannot use cards from the discard tray for your special hand. They must come from the stockpile. Things to keep in mind. Special hands can include dead cards, meaning completed canastas. They must always have, if you're going for pairs or any 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind, they must be unique. You cannot have duplicates. Wild cards in special hands must always match if it requires it, and that means having 2 2s or 2 jokers. You can't have 1 2 and 1 joker. Again, once your partner opens with their initial meld, in my group, we no longer can go for a special hand. You have to change your goal to regular play. This might not be ideal when you are going for a special hand because the opportunity is no longer available and your cards might not match up to your partner's. If you draw a wild card, this may prevent you from going for a special hand if you were going for pairs or a straight. You can't discard a wild card. If you hold a 3 in your hand for the special hand of a straight, and that's the only time you would hold a 3, it could potentially have negative points against you if going forward you're playing a traditional game and at the end you didn't complete your special hand. That would have a penalty in your hand of 100 points. Scoring. Obviously, with a special hand, you get a huge amount of points, and they vary from hand to hand and team to team. No deductions will be given to the team that opens with a special hand. They will not deduct their partner's cards, or they will not deduct any penalty cards. No additional points will be given to those with the special hand, meaning those 3s that are on the table, you will not get those bonus points. The opponents will score where they are. They'll tally their points as usual. Some players do what's called wipeout, and that's where the other team receives 0 points. That should be agreed upon at the beginning of the games by all players. Let's talk about the special hands. I'm going to go over the ones that are traditionally played that people really are common special hands. The most popular are straight. That's one of every rank from ace to joker. That means you have all 14 cards, just one of each. This is where you will hold on to a 3. If you decide not to go for that, you have to hold that 3 in your hand. You cannot replace it. Pairs. There are 3 different types of pairs. Traditionally, I've played with number 1 and 2. Recently, you can add number 3. Let's go through them. So pairs is a hand of 7 pairs, excluding 3s. You cannot have a pair of 3s. Here are the 3 different ones. There's pairs without wilds, and I usually try for this if I don't have any wild cards in my hand. I mean, how else am I going to open? So it would be pairs with no wilds, so random pairs. Then you can have pairs with wild cards, and again, the wild cards must match. And if you do have wild cards, you must include a pair of 7s and a pair of aces, and then the additional 4 pairs are random pairs to be included with those 3 additional pairs. Again, it's 7 pairs. And finally, number 3, which isn't played in my home game, but we could incorporate it, is called Miami pairs. That's where you have a pair of 2s and a pair of jokers, plus the 7s, plus the aces, and then you have 3 additional pairs. So obviously that one's a little harder to get because you have to have pairs of 2s, pairs of jokers, pairs of 7s, and pairs of aces. And finally, one that we play in my home game is called garbage. I also refer to this as a mahjong hand for those of you who play mahjong, and it's easy to remember. It's called 4-4-3-3, or for my mahjong players, it's Kong Kong Pung Pung. And it's 2 sets of 4 of a kind and 2 sets of 3 of a kind. There are no wild cards or 3s. It's pure, and that would be a garbage hand. Now let's talk about some other ones maybe are not so traditional in playing in your Canasta game, but you might want to incorporate it. The first one that is played on Real Canasta is called Zip Code. This is 1 set of 4 of a kind, 2 sets of 3 of a kind, and 2 sets of 2 of a kind. There are no 3s, and if you're using wilds, they all must be matching wilds. So if you have 3 of a kind and you're using 2s, you must have 3 2s. This one on Real Canasta, I find, is one of the more easier ones to win on. The value of that is again varied from table to table, what people want to choose to value the zip code hand. The next one is called 4 3 of a kind plus 2 wilds, and again the 2 wilds must match. So it can be jokers or 2s, but they must match. So you have 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind, and 2 wilds that are matching. The next one's called 3 4 of a kind plus 2 wilds. So again, it could be 2 jokers or 2 2s, but you're going to have 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind, and then a pair of wilds that are matching. The next one's called, I think it's called Launch. I call it Rocket Launch because it's like a countdown. You're going to have 5 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 2 of a kind. This is all with or without matching wilds, so meaning you could have part of your hand have wilds in it, but they have to be all the same, or you don't have to have wilds in it at all. The next one's called 2 5 of a kind, so 5 of a kind, 5 of a kind, and 4 wilds, meaning 4 jokers or 4 2s. The final one is 5 of a kind and 5 of a kind, and the 4 of a kind must be wild cards, and it could be a mix of wild cards. It could be 2 2s and 2 wilds, however you would like that. And then there is what's called a dream hand, and a dream hand is 5 of a kind, 5 of a kind, and 4 of a kind, and it's kind of like a full house. You know, it's the same except that one you're not using wilds. So you can try these special hands when you play on Real Canasta, or you might want to incorporate them in your game. I think it's a good thing to try to play some of these and try some fun things while you're, you know, practicing your regular Canasta game. It just spices it up a bit. I think I forget about, when I'm playing on Real Canasta, some of the second part of these special hands. I always, you know, we always know the first 4 or so traditional, but I forget about some of these other ones that we can play on Real Canasta. So we're going to give a go of it, and we're going to try to play on Real Canasta and try for a special hand. Let's head on over there now and try that. On Real Canasta, we're going to play a new game, and we're going to play fast, and we're going to play 5 cards. That means 5 of a rank, meaning before you can add a wild, and then we're playing invisible mode so that we can chat while we play. Sort by rank. If you had any 3s, you would put them out first. You're going to pick a card for your turn. Put out your 3 if you pick a 3. Now, special hands will always show the entire game until you or your partner open. It doesn't mean you necessarily have the makings of a special hand, it just shows it. Now, I don't think I'm going to play a special hand because I have a joker and a 2. They're not matching. So at this game, I don't know that I would choose a special hand. If I had no wilds, I might look into maybe pairs, or picking one of those 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind, and a pair. So we'll have to think about that going forward, but right now I'm going to play traditional. I'm looking for my clean triple, and I'm going to get rid of a 6. If you're I wanted to mention, I just want to talk over the thing. If you're looking for more information on special hands, I do have another video that you can go ahead and look for that. Let me just jump back and talk about that. You could go right to the search bar where the little magnifying glass is, and you can type in special hands, and another video will come up in more detail about special hands. So head on over there after we play tonight. Let me jump back to Real Canasta and we can finish playing our game. It's my turn. I'm going to pick a card. I'm going to keep that 8, I think, and I think I might get rid of the king. I know that sounds crazy, but they're not going to put kings out or anything. Oh, now my opponent got rid of a queen, so I can get rid of that next. We're looking for 125, so we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, but we can't use this 2 without another pair. And there's our pair. I'm going to go ahead and open. Actually, this is my clean. Let me pull that joker back. Here's my clean. I'm going to put out my 2 8s, a joker, and a 2, and then my 2 5s, and a wild. Now, it might not have been the best part to open. I might have wanted to kept this and maybe waited for another 8 or 9 because I only needed 5 more points. I might have used too many cards, but I wanted to get out because my opponents are out. A great discard, they have aces in 5th position, so I'm going to get rid of an ace. I'm going to get rid of the 7 next. Perfect. My partner was able to pick the pack, which is what I wanted her to do. I do have the 8 I picked up in the Talon. I can go ahead and close my 8s. They have 4s, jacks, 5s. Even though we have our 5s, we're not going to be able to complete them because they have 4 of them. I can put out my 10. and I'm going to get rid of a 7. Remember, I only want to hold 2 7s. I picked up a 6 I can add here, and a 9, and my queen. We're trying to get out now. There's 2 canastas, and I can get rid of my 7. Now I'm hoping that my partner kept the 7 in her hand, and between us we have 2 7s. I picked a 3, put out my 3. I picked a 4. We don't have 4s. They have 4s, but I'm pretty sure he does not have a pair. I'm going to get rid of my 4. So we're both now still at 125. We got 1960. They got 1470. They did get 100 bonus points for going out. We're still ahead. We still both have 125 to open. Wow, they opened fast. We have the potential to maybe make a special hand. We have no wild cards. I am going to maybe play, we have 4, 4, 3. So 4, 4. There is the 5, 4, 3, 2, which is the launch. They put jacks down. I'm going to put the jack out. It's a little dangerous to hold on to these 7s, so I have to pay attention where the other team is so I can get rid of these if I get too many. We don't want this 5, but they put a 9 down. Let's get rid of the 9. Always looking for a safe discard. They got the pack with queens. I probably can get rid of this queen. Oh, now I picked a wild. That might bust up my hand here. Let's put out, if I put out the queen, it's possible. It's only 1 card in the discard tray, so I'm just going to put out the queen. Oh, he didn't have it. Jacks are closed. For that launch, you can have a pair of 2s or a pair of jacks. That launch is looking good. And put out the king. It was a gamble. I know a lot of kings were in there. Need a pair of 2s. We have 5, 4, 3. He probably has that, I'm sure. Yep, 5, 4, 3. We need a 2. Oh, we got a queen. Yeesh. I should probably start getting rid of some of these 7s. I was hoping I'll start getting rid of these 7s. They're gonna have a big penalty. I really wanted to try maybe one more hand. Oh, I have to watch the discards. There's only 14 cards left. All the 7s are in there. Now I picked an ace. Okay, let's get rid of some of these 7s. I don't think I'll have enough time. That was my error. I wasn't paying attention. Just never picked it. That was a good try though for the special hand. I wanted to start learning these special hands. Ouch, we never got another turn to pick the pack to maybe help my partner. So we got negative 665 for this game. So we're still positive, but we're got negative points because we never got a canasta. It was good to try for that special hand. I'll call it the launch, which was 5, 4, 3, 2. It kind of got messed up when we got an ace. We needed another pair of 2s because we can't discard a wild card. But it was looking nice. I think we have 5 7s. We had 3 6s, 4 8s. So we were in a good position, but we never got it. And I wanted to not get the penalty of having so many 7s. So I got rid of them just in time, but we still got a penalty for not opening. On to the next round. Again, this is in the lesson trying to find special hands, so I might not win every round. We're just going to keep focusing on special hands. I'm going to put out my 3. I don't have a straight of special hands where we have too many cards. I mean, I could get rid of a 4 and a 7 and have a straight, but at this point, at the beginning of the game, I'm not going to hold a 3. Pick a card for your turn. We could do pairs. I'm going to get rid of a 5. Remember, pairs with a wild card, you must have matching wilds with 2 aces and 2 7s and the rest pairs. Okay, they put out a wild card opener. Anything I discard, I'm sure he can pick the pack. There's only 6 cards in there. He discarded a 4. I want to keep my 4s. I'll try this king. He could have a pair of kings. No, but he had wilds to finish his wild card canasta. They're killing it. We can keep trying for pairs because we don't have our clean triple. He threw out a 5. My partner threw out a 9. I'll throw out a 9. Trying to match up with my partner so that when we open, we'll have matching cards. There's my clean triple, so we can have 60, 75. We are not near 125. 10 was discarded. My partner threw a jack. I want to keep my jack and a 4. I can try for the 10. Again, he probably could have it. He did pick the pack before. I don't think there was 10s in there. Oh, that was a good discard. He just put out queens, so queens will be my next discard. I'm going to hold on to that ace a second because that gives me 80 points. That's 80, 95. I'll put out my queen. I have to be mindful of that ace. If they go out, I'm going to be stuck with negative 1,500 points. 9s are closed. Gotta watch and pay attention how many cards they have. My partner's opening, and I can close the aces, which is nice. Don't have a 5, another 7, so I'm going to go ahead and close the aces, and I'm going to discard the 7. That's 1 7. Two 7s. Can close the 6s. I'm going to go ahead and put out my 4s. And I'm going to discard the jack. Three 7s. Put out my 3 8s. I can go out. I only have a pair, so that's perfect. And unfortunately, the other team won. They got 8,500 points. Well, they got 8,510. They just got over, so they won. But it was a good lesson in trying for special hands. The one it's never worked for me. The other one, pairs, we kind of switched over when my partner opened. We can play a few more games. Let's play one more game, a few more rounds, and one more game to see if we can talk more about special hands. That was a quick round. And it looks like it's going to be another quick one. They're opening. You also have to be mindful what the other team has opened with when you're considering special hands. They have 10s out. I'll put a 4 out. So we can play 3, 3, 3, right? There's that 4 3s and a pair. We can try to play that. Putting any of these out is going to be dangerous, but again, I'm just trying to teach you about special hands. So again, there's 4 3s, 3 of a kind, and a pair. They have 10s, but that's my 3 of a kind, and they have 4s. I'm going to keep the queens. Let's break up either the 5s or 6s. My partner did a 5. Let's do 5s. So you are looking to open. We do have our 3 of a kind. So we have 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20. We are 5 points short. We cannot open yet. If I give away the king, I know they're going to take it. Guess I'm going to break up these 10s. Oh, I have to pick a card first. Now I got an ace. I'm going to break up my 10s. Another queen. So now we have 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20. Still 5 points short. I guess I'm getting rid of these 10s. Trying for them to not take the pack. I don't think we're playing for a special hand anymore of 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind. An 8 is a fresh card. Let's try this 5. A little nerve-wracking. Oh, good. Need another pair, I think. This might work. So we have 100, 10, 20, 30. We have plenty of points. So let's go ahead and open. I got my 2 aces with my 2s, my queens, and then my 2 6s with a 2. Now, king and ace is a fresh card, so I'm actually going to do a 7. That's the first 7 in the pile. I only got 1 card for the talon because it was at the turn card. Ooh, not a good matchup. Yikes. Oh, geez Louise. We could do the jack with the wild. And I'm going to discard the king. You know what? I'm going to discard the 7. Oh, we got our 1 canasta. Our 3s are covered, meaning we won't get negative points. So we managed to get one. We got 575 points, but it was a little nerve-wracking. I was afraid that if I threw a king or an 8, they might pick the pack, but he did not have it. He did have 7s though. His partner had 2 7s, and then my partner had 1. They weren't all in the deck. You have to be very mindful when discarding 7s how many are in there. On to our next round. We're both at 125 still. Put out your 3s and pick a card for your turn. So now I'm most likely not going for a special hand, although I have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110. I don't have additional pairs to use with my wilds. We could check out some hands. There's 2 4 of a kind, 2 3 of a kind. So 4 of a kind, 3 of a kind. Actually, this is not 3 of a kind. It has to be all matching 2s or all matching jokers. I think we'll get rid of a jack to start off. Oh, perfect. My partner opened with wilds. Nice. We can finish it. That will bump us up. And I'm going to maintain my pair, so I think I'll get rid of a 10. My partner picked the pack. She threw out a 4. I'm going to keep going here. She keeps picking, which is nice. I have a queen. And I do have all these 4s. I'm going to put out 3. And maybe bait my opponent that I don't have any more 4s. Wow. It's all right. We still had a good hand. We got 685 points. They did get a special hand. Let's look at their special hand. Got 4, 3, 3, pair, pair, which is zip code. Congratulations to them. For that, they got 2,500 points for a zip code hand. We lost 1,500 points because my partner had 3 aces in her hand. Remember, you're only supposed to hold 2. So that was detrimental to us, but that's okay. We're still having fun. Let's try our next round, and you got to see a special hand called Zip Code. Terrible cards. I've been getting a lot of low cards lately. Put out your 3, pick a new card. And I'm going to get rid of, my partner got rid of a 4. I'll get rid of a 4. An 8. I'm going to get rid of a 5. The other team needs 155. We only need 125. So we have 100. 10, 15. Oh, we have 125. We could pick the pack if the number comes up. Oh boy. Let's get rid of a queen. The other team is opened. They put out a 9. My opponent put out a 7. I'm going to go ahead and do the 5. And I'm going to open next hand also. Seven. Okay, let's put out 45. And then we can put out our 3 10s. Let's discard a 6. They have 6s out, so I was thinking that maybe that would be a safe discard. Lots of 7s in there, and we have a pair of 8s. Let's try it. Might be kicking ourselves, but I know we can close those aces. Oops. Oh, it already has 2 2s on it. I can't add that. And let's put out our 4s. We can get a canasta of 4s. Put out 3 5s, hold 2 to pick the pack. I'm going to put out my 6s, 8 queens, kings are dead. I think my next card is 4s are dead. I think I can do a 5 or a 9. I'm going to do a 9. They might have that. Nope, he does not. Oh, we can close those 5s. Oh, they have it on the other team. Okay, let's close the 5s. Put out your 3 and a 6. We could put the 6 out. 9 4 king. I have to get rid of these 7s. So let's start getting rid of the 7s. 1 7. Oh, good. She closed the aces. 1 7. Two 7s. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the 10s. 3 7s. 4 7s. And the game. They have the other 2 7s over here. Oh wow, look at all the wild cards they have that he couldn't use. So that was a nice hand for us. We got 2,530, so it brought us back up. They got 370. We're both at 155. On to the next round. Sort by rank. Check if you can go for a special hand. We have nothing for that. We're at 155. My partner threw out a 5. I want to keep my pair. I'm going to go with a big hitter. I'm going to put out a king. Sometimes you want to put them out early because it's less likely people are going to pick a pack, and then save the little ones for later. Another ace. I'm going to put out an 8. So we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40. 50, 60, we can open. Gonna hold a second, maybe we'll get a 5 or something. A 9 we don't have. Let's go ahead and open so my partner can pick the pack. I'm gonna get rid of the 5. Oh, we got a 5. That's kind of nice. We got the ace and the joker to get our canasta. Gonna get rid of the 6. Get rid of the king since everybody's throwing it in there. 1 7. Two 7s. Oh boy, it's not happening. 3 7s. Four is a pretty good discard. There's lots in there. I can't add this wild to any of them because we don't have 5 of a rank. Yes, we have 5 queens, but there has to be 5 pitchers. So I'm going to do the 4. Oh, they got a canasta, bummer. We got 605, they got 470. We're kind of at an even keel right now. We're both at 155. Oh geez, they opened already. That's tough. Put out our 3s. And 9, 10, jack. I can put out the 7, but I like holding that. Let's put out the jack. I like using this later for a discard. He put out a 4. 6s and 8s. You can move them over to be safe. Let's put out the 7. We have pairs of 6s. Could go for pairs. It's 2 7s. I put out a 5. Oh, my partner's opening, but I'm in a good spot. I have lots of pairs, so hopefully I can pick the pack. It's another 7. 5s, I don't have pairs. Now I have pairs of 5s. Kings, queens, I can put out my 10. I'm gonna hold my pairs. Put out my 2 kings. Oh, queens, 6s and 5s. They have 6s. I'm going to get rid of my 6s. Can't add the 2 anywhere. We don't have 5 of something. If I take this, I think it's loaded with 7s, but why not? We'll give it a try. We need a canasta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 there. My partner could have them. And jacks are out over here. 9s, so we can put jacks out. 9s will be a good discard. Let's put out our 5s. Our 4s. And let's close the 5s also. Maybe let's try the 7s. Yeah, go big or go home, right? We have 6 7s. Maybe my partner has one. Yeesh, no. Sixes. I'm gonna put out the ace. Thought my partner could have one. That's a bummer. Come on, 7. A 9. Oh, I can put out my 3 6s. Oh, it's got to be in here. Come on, 7. Put out my 4 6s. Oh, I want that 7 bad. Ah, jeez. Didn't get it. It was a risk. Well, that was a good try. I guess they're still in the deck because I did not see them. There's still how many cards left? There's still 7 cards left. I guess there's 1 7. So maybe the other 7's in there. Bummer. All right, it's okay. Still got, it's not ended yet. They got 6,985. They're at 180. We are at 155. It's worth a try. Put out all your 3s. And we got, oh, we have maybe the makings of a special hand. Let's get rid of the 9. Maybe we could play zip code 43322. 1 7. Ah, now we got that. 1 7 is in the deck. 60, 70, 80, 90. You had the makings of a zip code until we got the wild. And we still can make it, but we need to have a pair. These little cards aren't going to help us to get to 155. Oh, geez, they're opening at 180. King, 9, 10. We match perfect with them. Oh, yay, partner. Yes, yes, yes. So my partner was playing the zip code hand. 4 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind, and 2 pairs. Very nice. We are now at 180 and they are at 180 and we're back to match. And we have 120 just in wilds. We need 3 of a kind. I'm gonna get rid of the king. It's 120, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We have plenty of points. We just need 3 of a kind. Nothing. We also can play pairs. We have all pairs. We need aces and sevens in pairs also. When you have wilds +2, which would be Miami pairs. There's a 7, so let's get rid of a 6. That'd be a nice ending for Miami pairs. There's 3 of a kind, I'll hold it. We'll see if we get an ace. So that's 120, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. A 4. Okay, next one we'll go ahead and open. And we got another 7. So let's open. I feel like all the 7s are in there too. I'm not paying attention too great. We have to split these jokers with the 2 queens. And we'll add the wild to the queens and get rid of 1 the 7. I feel like that's 4 7s. Oh, 5 7s. I think we can pick the pack with 7s if another 7 comes up. Nope, we don't have that. Pair of aces, 7s. We can add the 9 and our queen. Let's get rid of the 7. Ooh, look at all these 3s. That would be nice to get. Cool. Get rid of the jack. Aces and jacks. Ooh, that was crazy. You didn't pick it. That's because there's so many nasty 7s in there. We might win this because we have all these 3s. As long as I don't make any crucial mistakes. A 4. Nice. Oh, we're just 400 points short. Yikes. Let's try one more time. We're both at 180. This could now change since they get another opportunity. Oh, we have some nice pairs. Let's sort. Pair, pair. Jack, king. Let's get rid of the 8. A queen. An ace. Wow, look at all these pairs. Let's get rid of a 10 and hope for a king, and then we will have pairs hand without wilds. Ah, my partner's opening. It's okay. On Real Canasta, you get that courtesy special, so I can pick a card and see if I get it. Now I can pick the pack, but I'm not going to pick it. I'm going to pick a card. Come on, king. No. All right. Okay about it. Aces, nines, and jacks. Let's get rid of the king. I'm in a good position. I have all pairs, so I can pick the pack at any time as long as it's a matching pair, and there it is. And we could put out our sixes in hopes that my partner has some more six, or I can close it. I'm going to put out my jacks. I'm going to put out my two aces just in case she had picked one up in the talon. And why not put out my fours and tens, and I'm going to hold there and put out my king. Can't close the aces. There's already two jokers on it. I could close the sixes, but she had a natural. Very nice. Jacks. Fours. I'm going to put out a 5. Oh, I'm going to close the tens too. I'm going to put out my 3 5s and close the tens in the hopes that my partner will go out. And let's get rid of queen. Put out my 3 8s. We already have our 2 canastas, so we're trying to get out of this game. And there you go. I think we just won. So that was fun. We got to see some special hands, and we tried really hard to work on special hands. Please keep that in your forefront when you get your deal to check if you have a special hand. I thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll see you next Monday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time for our next topic. If you have a topic or something you want more instruction on or strategy, please put it in the comments below. I'll be sure to make a video on it, and you can look at past videos by going to the home screen in YouTube for Canasta class and type in with the magnifying glass your topic that you're looking for. I have lots of videos out there, so check them out. Don't forget to subscribe, help a girl out. Make sure you subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's topic and play. And again, I always love hearing from you, so put something in the comments. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Don't forget to try your special hands. Let me know if it works.